Good evening. Welcome to our evening talk, and this is Martin Wong here. So I'm going to be with you for the next 35 minutes, 40 minutes to talk about one of another trend that you see, which is the crypto currency. So a few people have been asking me, how can I as a stock investor get into the crypto space without actually going into the so-called crypto exchange, or DAX, what they call digital asset. So how can we do that? So tonight the topic is going to be on this manner, which is riding the Bitcoin wave. The crypto stock in the US is set to explode. Now take note, what we have seen recently is a big up move, and right now we have a pullback, which is actually a very good thing. So the stock has run up and right now is pulling back in here. So we will definitely look for signal to see that this market is ready to move higher, right? So the crypto space is definitely there. The question is, are you ready? So let's examine the facts that we have in here by looking into the US market, which is seen. And by the way, our Trade VSA is digital investment advisor, so we are one of the first and only so far. And take note, the SMARTRobie as well as our Trade VSA 360 will be down for maintenance on the 9th of November, which is this Sunday. So it will be available up at 7 p.m. Anyway, if we do bring it up earlier, then it will be great. So take note of our maintenance notice. We are a Trade VSA through our effort. We are also one of the finalists for the Asian FinTech, being the investment tech of the year. Now, of course, we do have winners from our members making a good trade here, like a 19% profit, and also a very good result coming out from our copy SMARTRobie result. You can check it out in there. So I will also update you some of the trades that we have. And on the 29th of November, all right, mark your calendar. This is where we would talk about using AI to help your investment decision making. So if you need a 10-point CPE, do check out this course here using the generative AI, using the AI tools. All right, now let's take a look at the FBM KLCI today. All right, and what we've seen so far. Let me show you what has happened to our market. As I said before, no surprises if you've been listening to me or been following part. I've been talking a lot about our KLCI, and it is not going anywhere. All right, we were hoping that it should break out, but you can see here, generally if you look into our VSA 360, so we do recommend you to join our VSA 360 membership. Then you can access a lot of this premium information that will help your investment. Now, of course, those of you who were already our premium members, we definitely thank you for your support. So we can see from here, let me just try to get in. Yep, that's the one. Okay, and let me just log in here. So we can see the foreign funds. Yep, that's a maintenance shutdown, which is on the 9th of November. Right, pretty much really unchanged. You can see foreign fund continue to sell off, so it's really a lack of the uptrend move that you have. So this foreign fund flows is really one of the big determinants that the market goes where it is. So you can see right now it is still staggered in what we call a really trading zone here. All right, it's not going anywhere until we get some sort of market catalyst. Will the market break above 1630? But I do think this is where likely the market's going to go. And if you look back on Mr. DOI's drop in here, the market really has no incentive to go up. So let's take a look at the also monthly here, and I do expect November. Okay, if you look into November, it's always traditionally been the positive months. You can see November here, right? Right now it's 0.77. So we are in positive territory so far for the first week of month of November. And then December, take note that December is only move sideways, then just the last 2 days, which is the either 31st or 30th, the market will move up. Either that, the whole year it doesn't seem to be going. Now earlier this year I predicted that the KLSE will still close with a negative territory, -3, but who knows, I might just close positive, right? Depend on this current month in here. If you look from the chart wise, it should able to hold and break above in here. We just have to be patient, and there have to be some sort of a catalyst going from here. Okay, let's turn our attention now to the more interesting one, which has a lot more opportunity, is the Nasdaq. So we put up NQ. Now if you've seen this chart and if you like to subscribe to it, it is on Trade VSA 360. You can subscribe to it. We will going to raise the price soon in here. This is the last chance where we get our buy and sell indicator. So you can see from here we have a sell off. Now it's important that similarly what we talked about 2 weeks ago, the so-called market, what we call the reverse back to the upside. So we have this big 3% sell-off, a 2% sell-off in here. Now should the market not have a follow-through from here onwards, it should be able to turn up. Okay, this kind of correction is normal as the market's in, and what we were afraid of is actually eventually is a double top, right? Which means it comes back up and we'll retest back. This is what let me just show you what I mean, and let me just draw this. Okay, brush, so it goes this way, and then here. This is what I worry the most for the Nasdaq, a double top. So right now, which is still pretty much predicting where the path is going to be from here onwards. So take note of this so-called timing. All right, next we're going to be looking at is the wicks. Now wicks is the measurement of, you notice every week I'll look at the same indicator, so that way you have a continuation of how the market would be moving forward. So we look at wicks. Definitely wicks has shot back up to 20, and you can see here 20 is the area. Last round the market has a whipsaw. I think this market is still going to break down some more, okay, judging from it, because you can see if the market were to reverse, you got to have a green not a big sell-off here, okay, a big sell-off followed by reversal. We don't see that. So market don't tend to do like that, you know. We have to big sell-off and then we'll come back. So I do think that the S&P has room to correct some more, and no surprises. This one I've just covered recently. Foreign funds I covered, so one of the ways you can look at it is to look at the VSA 360 here and look at the foreign funds, which is an important aspect of the market. You can see from here, market could not move higher, and just foreign funds are continuing to sell off here. All right. Now, why the talk of Bitcoin? And my take is generally is because of the Trump family, Trump 2.0. Now, this news just came out 2 or 3 days ago, where Trump was asked in 60 minutes why he pardoned the ex-CEO of B Finance, right, known as CZ, okay, Chen Peng Zhao, right? And the reply from Donald Trump was he didn't know who was it. But of course, there were a lot of evidence that showed that the Trump family, the world liberty, crypto, was actually helped and set up by the CZ, B Finance group in here, and such that the deal was you help me, I help you too. All right. So with that, CZ now has been pardoned, so there's no more case against him, which is possible with Trump in here. And there was also a news of the World Liberty Finance, all right, Zach Wyckoff, which is behind Don Jr. when they at the Nasdaq in August started closing on a deal, right, with millions of dollars. So they have brought in a lot of money in here, and many of Trump's supporters beginning to buy the stable coin, right, under the direction of Donald Trump in here. So that generally leads to why Bitcoin, right, has a place as long as Donald Trump is in power for the Trump 2.0 in here, at least up to 2028. Now, the current pullback that you see right now, let me just show you, right, in the Bitcoin space, right, is a very good opportunity for those of you who have not taken a chance to get into the crypto space. Now, if you look at here, right now we have the red pentagon. You can see here. So there's a red pentagon. Just wait for the green pentagon to push back up. You can see 105 here for lower entry. Okay, switch to a daily chart, right? And you can also do the same too. And that's why we had this talk here to look at SmartRobie. After all, I'm going to show you SmartRobie, how you can see some of the Bitcoin equivalent, right, in the so-called stock market. So those will be your traditional ETF. So right now we can see there's a sell-off breaking back to 102. The 100,000 mark for Bitcoin seems to be very holding, but like it or not, it's broken the 200-day moving average, and that's not a very good thing. You can see pretty much in April it was below that, around the 84,000, when Trump started all the news about bringing out world liberty. You can see this coin going up in here. So the wave, all right, or what we call the tide that pushes up a lot of this crypto boat, okay, will be the Trump administration in here. Now, if you look at the Trump Bitcoin fortune, they started back in 2022, 2023, 2024, where he was sworn in 2025, and the amount getting bigger and bigger, right? So they're leveraging on it, and crypto is definitely one way they can make this money, whether it is within the law or without the law. So that is the basis of the Trump family getting wealthy through their Bitcoin involvement in here. So a lot of money is at stake, $3 to $4 billion, but we want to still look into this market. Now, last week, I talked about can the market still rally to year end, and we call it, it's possible, but there were a collapse. Now, the question is going to be whether the collapse that we see right now is going to be profounding to year end. But what is more important is that I want to see a double top first. Else it's just going to be a correction. Keep in mind, this correction is actually good because it puts position like yourself and those people who miss out to have a say when the market turn back using the green pentagon and able to go in. So the crypto space in the stock market with New York Stock Exchange actually divided into two, the way I see it. One is the traditional ETF, and the one is crypto-centric focus stocks. Okay, so these are the two, and we're going to be looking at them too. So any questions so far? If you have, this is not too difficult to understand, right? Just the traditional ETF, which is exchange traded fund. You also have that for gold. We have that also for the technology stocks. It's like a football team, rather than just buying it. And the thing is that you need to buy the traditional ETF or stocks that mimic the Bitcoin. It means if Bitcoin go up by 1%, your ETF will go up by 1% or very close to it. You don't want some that is leveraged and go and move the other way around. So for a start, let's look at the large cap and established crypto stocks. These are Coin, which is one of the leading US crypto exchange, then Robinhood with significant crypto trading. Then there is also MSTR, major Bitcoin holder, and also a diversified fintech. So you can look at some of these stocks and then do a one-to-one comparison. That's what I wanted to do. And Coin is available. Let me just show you Coin. It's available in SmartRobie. So you just go over to the US stocks, and this is for our SmartRobie users where you can access it. Go over here, and I think, so I leave it too long. I have to re-log in again. If I leave it too long, then I have to re-log in again, else it's just going to, then I just type coins. What do I type intraday for? Coins, okay? And then you go into the charts. Of course, you need to rotate the chart to see it. So coins right now is in the pullback, okay? You can see here, just need to rotate the chart and you're able to see it, okay? So I'm in front of you in here. It is still red pentagon since 10th of October. So pretty spot on. So here is that we want to do a comparison. Let me just push this aside here using coin. And another way to access it is through our VSA 360 plugin, which is a premium subscription in here. If you just need the basic one, you can use the SmartRobie. Else you can. So if you look into this is Bitcoin and this is coin. Okay, so coin is one of the largest stakeholders. So you can see the MS. So when Bitcoin fell on the 10th of October, they fall too. So what is more important is the when they fell, how much was the percentage loss? And this is what I talk about the tracking error. This was at 25%. This was at 47%. So Coinbase actually is more highly leveraged compared to it, because if you look year to date, right, it's only 21%, but coin has gone up more. So this actually gives a very good play into what I see potentially piggyback on the crypto world, by not actually buying crypto, right? So that way you are also subjected to a lot of the exchange, which is more regulatory compared to Bitcoin and so forth. So you can also look at HOOD, all right, and you can see HOOD, it's still holding up. You can see HOOD did not fall that much. On the 10th of October, you can see it fell, and then when the market went higher, okay, like 26th of October, it did go higher. But you see the last couple of days, the market fell, but Robinhood, which is the, Robinhood is a big retail broker, okay, that has crypto. Okay, let me just get this out of the way first, delete this and pull this down. You can see, right, it hasn't really break down like here. You can see this one already broken through the low period, but this one has not. So each and every one of them has a very distinctive characteristic. So it's good that you take a look at them and choose one, all right? Choose one if you want to trade the so-called large cap and established crypto stocks. Now these are very stable. MSTR, that's another one. You can see MSTR fell to minus 16%. Okay, it's quite different, right, compared to what we saw HOOD. HOOD seems to be holding up. So given the choice, I might just trade HOOD at this moment. If what I say this makes sense, give me a thumbs up in here, because that's what I wanted to showcase to you. Then you have Sophie. And Sophie is still pretty much in the 100% mark. So you can see this one didn't drop so much. So Sophie is a fintech platform that have crypto trading services. So out from that, you can definitely choose which one has better outlook compared to just, buying. So for start, coin mimics very closely to Bitcoin. MSTR is seems to be the worst performer in here. Sophie, right, with the crypto trading services, seems to do very, very well. So these are the things that I wanted to share with you. When you will one day look into the crypto, at least you know some of the more established crypto stocks as part of our services, SmartRobie, to our members and for you in here. Okay. So next we're going to move on. Yep, this is something we talk about. Next we have the crypto that is, first one is the more established one, the large cap. Then we're going to move down to the smaller cap, which is the mining company. So you can see these are the mining company that supports a lot of the crypto here. We have Riots, Marathon Riots. These are crypto miner, and they fluctuate very, very different. So again, let me just show you on share. This is crypto. Let's go to This is, you can see Mara is again, you can see it fell up to 30% at this point. So the big drop was here, which is 10 October, 29%. It's still holding up, but you can see on the this is, I have to switch to a daily chart here. On the 20, yeah, this was a big drop, okay? And then the market picked back up on the 14th October, right? You can see, and then the market break back down, right, and then started to sell off from $20 to $16, and then has gone to negative territory very, very fast, right, for Mara. So next one is Riot. Riot is still holding up at 82%. So for some stocks, they don't go down as much, right? Same as what we saw for those. So it's important that you put in the year to date. You can see that the gravity of the stock selling down is not that high enough. Then there's another one called Iron, which is a data center, but they do a lot of AI and crypto. Now this guy actually had up the 500% return. Okay, let me just move this, you can't see it. Yeah, 500% return compared to crypto. Now it started very, very early. Okay, you can see from 15th of September, 21st of August, right? They were around, and then this stock now has gone over to the moon for that one in here, right? So core of the revenue will actually come from Bitcoin mining, trading, and services, which is the backbone of it. So what I want to do here is to give you options. What are the stocks you can look at? So when you come back and look at this and trade it, not sure whether Iron is in there because these have to be S&P 500 on SmartRobie before you can see them. Okay. Then we move on to the traditional Bitcoin, which are really spot, meaning they are the only true representation of the Bitcoin you see. Now there are two types. So you can see BTF, IBIT, BITO. These are just different company, right? You can go on, but there is one you should know. It's called BT, which means if the market right now were to go down, and if you are a short-term trader, okay, and you want to capitalize on this big fall, crypto going down, okay, definitely you want to look at BT. So BT is a short, okay, it's a short ETF, and it's, so you can see from here, the market hasn't opened yet, but it will open at $20 because you can see Bitcoin never sleeps. Bitcoin just trades, but the BT, which is the short, make money when the Bitcoin goes down, right? Only open during the stock exchange. So one of these disadvantages is this, all right? So what makes the Bitcoin ETF special is that they hold physical Bitcoin and they provide directed and regular exposure to it. So let's take a look at one of my favorite is GBTC. Okay, GBTC. It is grayscale Bitcoin, and you can see here they are very, very close. Okay, let me just push this back. So we can see from here at this junction, it is 27% return. Okay, you can see from here, it is 27% return, and this one is 32% return, very close. So you can see right now the market has fallen up to 10% return. These are year-to-date return, okay, and you can see grayscale is around 3%, 10% and 3%. These are got to do with the numbers. Of course, if buying a Bitcoin would be the purest lah. Right, but they are very, very close representation. You can see from here 18%, and this one is 22%, but when the margin, when it goes down, it actually goes down a lot more because based on the mathematical calculation here. So this is GBTC. Then you can also have FBTC. Now FBTC, right, as you can see from here, this is 29%. And this is 33%, so very, very close to it because they are physical. Now BITO is the futures, so it's quite volatile. It's has a different performance. So each of the stocks will actually behave differently, just like I said for the Centro in here. All right. So the rest you can check out, but keep in mind for BT is will benefit you, okay, if you short the Bitcoin. Okay, the Bitcoin, when you short the Bitcoin, it will go in your favor. So on the SmartRobie, I want to share with you here. So if you want to look for any of the US stocks in Bitcoin, just type Bitcoin, BITCKON, and you can see these are all the auto suggestion, right? And auto suggestion in GBTC, like you can look what are things I've talked about, GBTC, okay, and then you go on to stock fundamentals. Let's see, we got it right. Yeah, it holds 12.55% of BTC. Okay, so these are regulatory, generally accepted accounting practice, principle at 4 p.m. and validation, judicial asset grayscale. So let's look at the chart. So you can click on that one, and right now you can see it is going down, so 5% down. So this is the fourth. Market opens up at 10:30 p.m. Malaysia time, so keep track of that one. So these are good information to have. So we just check on SmartRobie here. Now something I talk about the tracking error, which I explained to you using the year-to-date return. Bitcoin ETF has very low tracking error. This is important, so you want to make sure if Bitcoin go up by 5%, your investment also going by 5% in here. So the mechanism is that they keep pegged to the spot price of Bitcoin. Okay, the result is almost near perfect. A 10% move will result in 9.9% after accounting for fees in here. Whereas for the futures, it has a larger tracking error, right, for BITO. Okay, so for IBIT, FBTC, GBTC, those are better. Okay, so when the market goes up faster, right, then BITO will do well. So BITO generally is a more for short-term trading. Now, let's talk about the spot ETF, which is a direct exposure compared to the crypto stocks, some top 5. Now, if you buy a spot ETF, right, like IBIT, FTBC, you have a direct exposure through a fund. It's near perfect, minus a small fee. Primary risk is a Bitcoin. But if you buy the crypto-centric stock that we've seen, like Mara, Coin, MSTR, depending on the business and execution, it's kind of different. So depending what you want, right? The performance driver will definitely be the Bitcoin, but this one can be company performance and sentiment. So again, just now you look at it, some stocks didn't drop. For example, Hood stayed very well, and the other one is Iron, all right? There were the AI clouds in here, so it's something that you want to take a look at it if you're trading those in here. So core holdings for pure simple BTC, this is more tactical and you have higher risk if you are using the central crypto central in here. So which one should you choose? So depending the condition and your risk profile in here, right? There are also the crypto miner stocks that we've seen in here, like Mara, and also the crypto exchange like Coin. Each of them offer different return. But if you want just a pure vanilla, which I want to have, just go for the IBIT or GBTC, which is much better in here. Now do take note, when there is a bear market for Bitcoin, a lot of stocks, this one would not do well. Still right now is, I believe the Bitcoin is just a pullback, and and due to the underlying of Trump 2.0, that I felt that the Bitcoin has more room to go up from in here. Okay, so if you have 10,000 US dollar as an investor, the most prudent and effective way is to have spot Bitcoin, almost 90% of them, and then the remaining 1,000 you can allocate for a more speculative, like Mara or Iron, one of those stocks, MSTR, so you can have a chance for it in here. So this is a pretty solid riding on the crypto space, and if the crypto were to go up to say 1 million, many people talk about that, at least you heard it first in our Wednesday live FB, and that's always wanted to do. Now, because you are investing, taking the most prudent way, you want to avoid BT, which is the inverse ETF. Now the inverse ETF does make sense if you want to trade. Now one other way to trade it, if you have the VSA 360 and if you see Bitcoin, okay, this is how you do it. When you see Bitcoin has a red pentagon, okay, as a red pentagon like here on the 10th of October, so you go to BT, then you buy BT. Because you cannot sell first, so you have to buy, you cannot sell first, so you buy the inverse ETF. Alright, so this was the 10th of October, you can see 10th of October, and then the market shoots straight up. So right now, if you think that there's a red pentagon, there's a follow through, and then this one in here is going to go, definitely go higher. So it's just a reverse. When Bitcoin go down, the ETF prices will go higher. Okay, can you understand? If you can understand, give me a thumbs up. That's not too difficult on this way of looking at it. Alright, so remember BT is for short-term advanced user when you're trading it, which means you can short the Bitcoin by buying the inverse ETF. When, example, GBTC or the Bitcoin turn red pentagon, okay, through our VSA 360, then you go over and buy the BT, and that's how you make your money. Okay, not that difficult. All right, all through our buy and sell indicators in here. Okay, some of these stocks I think now is going through. If you want me to examine these stocks, feel free to put it into the comment section. Else, I usually don't get any. Right? Whether you want me to look at these stocks, I'm just going to push on others. Now, one of the products we are quite proud of is the Copy SmartRobie, model after Bursa, mirror, learn and trade way back in 2019. That was, right now, it's usually done a lot by human. So what we did was that we built a bot based on our experience in trading and through our algorithm in here, and done pretty well. All right, right now from April to October was 17.8%. So you can check it out right now. Let me just get to the slides in here. Why you want to copy SmartRobie is that so you can have a more better understanding to the US market and the strategy of SmartRobie. So you paper trade, you mirror, you learn to trade the US market. Okay, and the US market offers zero commission, so it does makes learning much easier. If not, you can always paper trade first or just trade a small or fractional account. So to learn in here, learn to trade without emotion, and it's powered by Pentagon guided algo. So the returns has been great so far, and semi-automatic. All right, you can subscribe right now for a small fee. All right, very affordable. Right, and so the thing is that you want to start off with a fund size of $10,000, just like what we say about the investor crypto just now. So each trade, there's only 3 trades, about $3,000 one trade per night, and every time where there's a signal to buy, a signal to sell, for each of those trades, we will send to you to the inbox of the SmartRobie apps, and then you just follow, including the quantity too. So I'm just going to share with you the results here, right? Let me just get you the link here. I can use this QR code. So I'm just going to send you here. Alright, you can see the link on the SmartRobie there. So all you got to do, yeah, that's right. So when you go over to tradevsa.com, right, this wonderful service for a small fee, right, and you can see each and every trade of them, the win rates, the performance. We are back to 18%, okay, and right now if we do see corrections in US, this market's gonna move back down. So right now we can see we hit a new high at 12,106, but we made a previous loss, which is XLC, lost about 3%. Okay, last 2 trades we lost 3%, but we made a Skywork a 10% winner, which was good, what we wanted. So it follows the S&P kind of return, but our goal is to beat it. So far we are up against it about 4%, and let's see for the year end how does well it perform in here. So each and every trade, so the latest trade, those are ongoing trade, we will discuss during the time. And of course, you can also look at the charts here, and this is the exit. The market turned up in the last couple of days. There were AI sell-off from here, okay? So you can check each and one of them. PTC, very similar. Green Pentagon, the market breakdown due to the AI move. And we don't second guess SmartRobie. We follow as close as possible, and by hoping that all the rules has been well tested in here, and you can see going back to in here, you're supposed to make money from then onwards. Okay, I've just shared with you entry and exit. So I've done and mimic this trade. So I gave update last week. So this week I will hold back and maybe update you next week on our position in here. What are the trades done? We use the existing trades. Tonight there's a new trade. I'll be going in. I exited also the XLC with a small loss. Tonight there's a new trade. I'll be entering in there, and I will update you maybe on next Monday breakfast show how well if the trade goes. All right, that's the whole goal. And we encourage many of our members to follow this for small fee, 10 ringgit a month, introductory for 3 months. You get 3-month monthly pass on SmartRobie for $29.90 and get to use SmartRobie for free. And then look from the how you done with the execution, all right, for the next 3 months. So these were the trades, and use TP2, right? This one example where Skyworks, okay, where we exited. This was the trade, and we exited at $83.55, which was the 51 TP2, all right, and this actually gets sent to you on the inbox, so you can key it in upfront. So you can see if you didn't exit at 83, the market would have dropped somewhere. So it's always good to exit in here, enter and exit. All right, so a lot of our copy SmartRobie are built using rules that we learn from algorithm trading, where it is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and so forth. So similarly, right now, we are able to mimic and build this entirely into the SmartRobie. So if you are looking for a very decent return and you're not making money so far, you might want to try out the copy SmartRobie in here. Okay, so the market stages is the most important. Now, of course, if you have any stocks you want me to look at, right, let me know. But usually, I don't get any, so I can finish this faster. Right, and I think many of you would have known, following the green Pentagon to buy, red Pentagon to sell, you are pretty much in the good command of your system. All right, so green Pentagon to buy, red Pentagon to sell, powered by SmartRobie. And also catch me on the breakfast show every Monday. Okay. Some of the best features I do know that a lot of users are using is the premium intraday, that you can use it. And right now I'm just, sometimes I trade the premium intraday. If I do, I would notify and update the Google Docs on those entry insights. So check it out from time to time in here. For those of you who have saw just now the VSA 360 offer, we will be raising our price soon to 3688 by next year. So just a couple of months more in here, but our existing member, you can still get it for 2688. All right, a good price if you're managing a portfolio. And last notice is our maintenance of SmartRobie on this coming Sunday. Right, it will be out from 9 to 7 p.m. All right, do join our Telegram chat room if you have not, for all information that we have. And again, thank you for coming tonight. I enjoy your presence. It give me a good chance to explain how you as a stock investor, a stock trader, can benefit from the crypto movement via the stock exchange, which is the US market in here. With that, I end my session here. I'll see you next Monday.